So Moxley and Archer. Archer gets annihilated by Moxley right as they're introducing him as being from Dallas, Texas, and he got a pretty big reaction. This was not like they were picking Archer over Moxley. They were both super over, but Archer, this was like a hero's welcome.
Completely. And I think you could see Moxley slowly, work more heelish as the match went along.
Yes. The champion working with the Texas native and did wonders here for Keith Lee. There was a paradigm shift on the concrete. Archer comes up bleeding, and Moxley introduces a fork. We come back from break. Archer's ankle is wrapped around the chair, and Moxley comes down, Pillmanizing the ankle, and then bites the wound on the forehead. There's 2 chairs set up. Moxley avoids the blackout, but then he puts the chairs back to back, and Moxley gets choke slammed onto these chairs. That looked unbelievably fun.
Sometimes, I think, okay, maybe fatherhood is going to slow some of these wrestlers down.
Oh,
not the case for this dude.
No, this guy's having his midlife crisis throughout his 20s and 30s.
Yeah. How the recovery for something like this, I feel like would take me half a year.
Dude, back pain sucks. Okay, back pain sucks. I watch these.
Shit.
I would seriously, I would take the paradigm shift on the concrete. I'd do the barbed wire, but man, you're dropping my back on top of chairs. No, I'm out. I'm out. Done.
Insane. Yeah.
So Moxley fires back with a paradigm shift and a lariat. Archer rises up and gives him the middle finger and then stabs him with the fork. We've got barbed wire boards introduced that are placed onto 2 tables. Archer stabs Moxley with the fork and then chokeslams Moxley off the apron through the barbed wire tables, and Moxley can't get up at the count of 10. 13 minutes, 23 seconds. Lance Archer is your winner. I will say, you watch this and it was Texas. The reaction was awesome. This was really great booking, but it was not the outcome I was expecting. But this is, when you think about it, though, it's a way, they don't pin Moxley, but it's still a loss, a very rare loss for Jon Moxley. This was, there was no other way you could have ended the show, but this was taking...
I disagree, John. There's plenty of ways they could have ended this show. This was the best way of ending it, but they could have ended it with Lance Archer, the hometown person, getting pinned with Moxley's feet on the ropes.
You could have done that, yeah. You could have just beat him instantly. Lots of ways to have done this. And the ending I never would have expected was our closing shot of Lance Archer holding up his belt, staring down Hikuleo for next week.
When this show started, no, I did not expect this closing image.
Yeah, we're going to bookend the show with Nick Gage and Hikuleo.
Yeah. This match was fantastic. Absolutely, yeah. It lived up to the concept of a death match, and AEW has shown that they'll do this. They don't really care if it's a TV death match. It's not a downscaled death match whatsoever. This was man, a star on the level of Jon Moxley taking this level of damage is unrequired, and I really do question it sometimes. But I mean, that's this guy has a reputation to live up to. I think probably has great reverence for what this would be able to do for Lance Archer, and probably wanted to give this belt give this run with that belt a wonderful send off. I didn't expect this. I thought Moxley would have made his way back to Japan somehow with the belt to drop it to a bona fide New Japan guy. Archer at this point now, an AEW person taking on this belt. It makes you wonder what some of those logistics may be. I also wonder if this would be a quick, short run for Archer before he drops it to Hikuleo.
I wouldn't drop it week 1, having the belt. I would, if I was New Japan, I'd want to get Archer on that LA show next month at the very least. I mean, that's only a couple weeks away. I would think you want him to at least be on that show, and Moxley's on that show as well. So you got to figure in whatever Moxley's doing on that show.
Well, what makes you think that they why don't you think that they would have had Moxley keep the belt if the goal is to you probably want to headline that show with a Moxley title match, but I guess it doesn't matter if he's going to be on the show either way.
Yeah, I mean, maybe They obviously have another idea for Moxley on that show. I mean, you could also do the rematch.
Yeah, true. Oh God, but man, how do you follow this? It's like I hate to see that again. Can you imagine like you just telling us what you've been going through at the start of the show? Can you imagine like staying up at 4 a.m. to the sounds of a crying child with whatever fucking back pain you're taking on from taking a choke slam on
Dude, my free time would not be landing on chairs and doing this. I would not be cut out for this. Not at all. But God bless Jon Moxley.
Crazy.